Hi guys, welcome back to another video where today we're unboxing 3 more timemirco models. So up first we've got this Supra A80Z in the classic Rothmans livery. And like in the previous video where I mentioned how the box matches the car, this is the same. As you can see, it has a darker blue box to match the livery on the car, which again makes them just feel a little bit more premium, although this one doesn't come with a figure. This and the Supra in the last unboxing are matching Supras, as they both have the Advan and the Rothmans on the backing plate on the box, which I personally think is a very nice touch, as you can buy both of the models and have both of the models together. And they have done this for a few other cars as well, which you'll see in unboxings coming up in the future. But getting back to this Supra, you can see again the detail, just like the Supra in the last video, is incredible. But you will start to notice on this one there is a slight few defects which do unfortunately appear when taking photos and videos of the model. This model isn't numbered, and it also comes on the regular base instead of the white base or the premium leather base. With this model now in hand, you can slightly get an idea of the defects, and the first one is the wheels. Now, it might seem like such a minuscule thing, but when taking photos and videos of these models, you can really take notice of it, and that is the fact that the gold paint is not fully up to the rim of the silver. And it might not seem like a big thing, but it is when, like I mentioned, you are taking the photos up close or the videos. Again, the housing on the rear tail lights are slightly off on the one side, as you can see, and you'll also see in the photos and videos. Now, this is a lot bigger of an issue than the wheels, because obviously it stands out a lot more. And same for the headlights, they also aren't fully in place where they've got the marks for them, which again I feel like they could have done a lot better with this model on the actual quality control and the finish. But detail wise, again, they've smashed it. It's just a few of them little defects which do knock this model down a little bit. But as you can see, the wheels do spin just like on the other Supra, and the back wheels do spin fairly easy. Like the front wheels, they do stick a little bit. But it is very detailed in the sense of the carbon is extremely detailed. Proportionally, the model is excellent, and just like the other Supra, the intercooler is absolutely spot on proportionally, and you can even clearly see where it goes down into the pipes either side. But here on these shots you can kind of see what I mean by the paint on some of the rims. Now, I might be nitpicking at some of these, but I've got to, as this is a full-on in-depth review. Now, jumping into the car, I was actually looking forward to unboxing the most, as I've not seen a very detailed Mini Cooper model by any brand at all. So the fact timemirco come out with this, I was extremely happy with. As you can see, this does come in the standard timemirco black packaging, which obviously is a little bit more premium than the likes of an Inno 64, which if you would like me to review the packaging between a timemirco and an Inno 64, then please do leave it in the comments and I'll make sure to get to that straight away, as there are some ups and downs for each type of packaging. But you can see why I was super excited to get my hands on this model, as the detail is absolutely exceptional. For example, the yellow accents, they really suit the model and they make this really stand out. It's such a simple add-on, but it's so effective and it just makes the car a little bit more aggressive. This model is also not numbered and comes on the standard black base instead of the likes of the white or the premium like you'll see in the upcoming model. In my opinion, this model has to be up there with one of the best produced models that they have made, as the detail, proportion and just application of this model is insane. They really have smashed it out of the park with this. As you can see, The wheels do slightly move, but again, you can swap them out or you can make them roll if you do want to, with them all being a screw base. But again, they do roll well enough that you can push it along. The full carbon roof is an absolutely incredible effect on this model, as it really does set the whole car off. But for me, the best detail on this is the rear tail lights, as someone from the UK, having the Union Jack actually in the Mini Cooper tail lights is a really cool touch. And proportionally, this model is bang on. Contrary to the belief, Minis are actually mini compared to a lot of cars in the world. As you will see in the dioramas, they have got the proportions absolutely spot on. Even the decal application, with them being a text-based decal and how small the lettering is, they've got it absolutely perfect. You can clearly read it on the side of the cars and on the front bumper, and the paint application is also absolutely incredible. You can clearly see the Mini Cooper badge front and back, and to get detail like that on a model this small is no short feat. Like I mentioned, the yellow accents really pop on this model, and you'll see that in these shots of the dioramas. The realism on this model is absolutely incredible, and I recommend, if you are very good at photography, get these models, as you can make some absolutely incredible shots. But unfortunately, I'm not that good, so you're going to have to stick with shaky camera shots from me, unfortunately. But like I mentioned, you can clearly see the logo. Imagine all the people living in peace on the side. So finally, we have the Falcon Evo 10 with the Falcon figure. And as you can see, this also comes in the more premium style packaging, with the box matching the car. I will start off by saying, unfortunately, that both this and the Evo 10 from the previous video were both really hard to unbox, and I figured out why quickly after I unboxed this car. As you can see, it was quite a struggle that I had to cut it. But it is because the figure is wedged into the box, and as you can see, the case isn't quite sat on it properly. So when it's put into the packaging, it's wedged in, and it's very difficult to get out. And it does feel like you will damage the packaging, which I feel like can be slightly avoided by just making the plastic a little bit smaller. As you can see, this model is numbered, and it is a very low number at that, with it being number 24 out of 999, and that is the lowest number model from timemirco that I've got so far. This model does sit on the leather premium base, which obviously makes the model seem a lot more expensive, and just in general makes it a lot more higher quality than it actually seems. Not saying that the model isn't good quality, because obviously the timemircos are incredible. Like I mentioned, this model also comes with the Falcon figure, and the detail they get on the figures are exceptional. As you can see, he's in the full Falcon tracksuit. But unfortunately, it's not all praises with this model either, and that has unfortunately been the theme of this video. Although the colour absolutely pops, and again the detail exceptional, with there being the brake discs and the calipers behind them that stay in place while the wheels move, and also the exceptional detail on the interior, like the bucket seats and the harnesses that you'll see on the seats. Incredible detail. But unfortunately, you will see that the paint application on this model has slightly let it down on some parts. But as you can see, this model really doesn't miss when it comes to detail. The interior is fully detailed, the spoiler is fully carbon, the brake discs and brake calipers, also the multi-toned lights and the very detailed vents. But the letdowns are unfortunately the paint and the exhaust. As you can see, they do look a little bit cheap, being full piece of plastic. And here you can see on the rear door panel where the paint has slightly got the defect, where it's got a slight run and a slight mark in the paint. Now, it might not seem too major, but timemirco does seem to be known for its paint application compared to the likes of in 064 and Mini GT. Not saying that their models are bad, but it tends to be applied a lot more thicker on their models than it does a timemirco. So I was quite surprised. Obviously defects do happen, but it's quite a large one that I do feel could have been noticed or avoided. But with that out of the way, you can see how vibrant this model really is. The colour is incredible, and like I mentioned, the detail second to none. And also the figure, incredibly detailed. You can clearly see the tracksuit, the ruffled bottoms of the tracksuit, the ruffled jumper, and the clear Falcon logo. Obviously it matches the car. I am going to wrap the video up here, guys. Thank you so much for watching. Please let me know your favourite car out of the 3 in the comments down below, and I'll be sure to read them all. Also, if there's any more models you would like me to check out, also let me know in the comments, and like I mentioned, I'll read it all. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you all next time.